Responding with a flurry of counterattacks. Meantime, President Trump is speaking out on the future he sees for Iran as the conflict continues to impact gas prices here at home. We have two reports, starting with NBC's chief foreign correspondent Richard Engel in Tel Aviv for us. Richard, good morning.
Good morning, Laura. So this building behind me was hit overnight as Iran says it too is intensifying its military campaign and is firing new types of more powerful missiles. The Pentagon released new video, including a fighter jet targeting an Iranian drone-carrying ship, as the U.S. and Israeli militaries say they're targeting Iran's missiles, security forces, and senior leaders 24/7. A video analysis by the New York Times suggests the U.S. was most likely also responsible for hitting an elementary school earlier this week, located near a Revolutionary Guard compound. Iranian officials say more than 165 people were killed. The Pentagon says it's investigating. While Iran keeps firing at Israel and the Gulf, U.S. Central Command says Iran's rate of fire is going down dramatically.
Ballistic missile attacks have decreased by 90% since day one.
The White House's messaging is more theatrical, releasing an unusual Hollywood-style war promotion trailer with combat footage intercut with action movie clips.
Flawless victory.
The dumb, politically correct wars of the past were the opposite of what we're doing here.
The Israeli military says it's now entering a new, more intense phase of this war. The country's top commander, General Eyal Zamir, who led the controversial Gaza war, said we have additional surprises. President Trump says the U.S. war against Iran will continue until its government is fundamentally changed, telling NBC News he has ideas for who the next leader should be. Iran's foreign minister telling NBC's Tom Yamas that's none of America's business, and that if the U.S. does invade with ground forces, Iran is ready.
President Trump has not ruled out boots on the ground in Iran. Are you afraid of a U.S. invasion in your country?
No, we are waiting for them.
You are waiting for the U.S. military to invade the ground troops?
Yes, because we are confident that we can confront them, and that would be a big disaster for them.
Responding to the Iranian foreign minister, President Trump said he's not considering sending in ground troops at this time. Laura?
Richard, thank you.
Well, now to one of the major impacts of this war that's being felt here at home. Gas prices rising even higher overnight, now up more than 33 cents in the week since the start of the war. NBC senior business correspondent Christine Romans here with that part of the story. We've been talking about gas prices a lot this week because they continue to rise. Where are they right now, and where do we think they're going to continue to go?
It's happening quickly and noticeably. If you've filled up, you have noticed here, you're talking about $3.32 a gallon is the national average from overnight, and that's up dramatically. Yesterday, it was $3.19, last week below $3, and a month ago it was only $2.89. So that is a big advance. That's just the last 7 days, and the feeling is it's going to continue to go up because oil prices are rising so quickly. I'm watching West Texas Intermediate crude oil, and that is now above $85 a barrel. When this crisis began, before this started, it was at 67. Every dollar it rises is about 2.5 cents for a gallon of gas. So watching that math, you can see why gas prices are rising so quickly. And when I look at this quick rise in gas prices, I haven't seen that since 2022 in March when Russia invaded Ukraine. And remember, that was a long, drawn-out period for Americans with higher gas prices, higher energy prices. So, you know, this has been a good part of the inflation story, especially for the White House. Just a little over a week ago, the president was talking about low gas prices in his State of the Union. That's all reversed now.
You've always told me you have to be careful about using the stock market as a barometer of the economy. The stock market is down.
The stock market is down, and it's rattled. Investors are rattled because they don't see an off-ramp for this crisis, this war in the Middle East. And in fact, you are seeing escalation. You're seeing retaliation from the Iranians. You are seeing a Strait of Hormuz that is essentially closed. That is that really critical waterway for so many ships, about 80 ships a day, usually full of oil and fertilizer and natural gas go through the strait, and it's essentially closed. Each one of those dots is a ship that normally is moving and isn't right now. You also have a new concern this morning, guys, about cargo hubs in the Middle East, these airports that have been closed and airspace that has been closed, there's an awful lot of cargo between regions that flies through there.
Yeah.
And so that is a problem as well. So you're starting to see little knock-on effects, big knock-on effects of a war in the Middle East.
All right, Christine Armans. Christine, thank you.
Appreciate